Hi guys, how's it going? My name's Rich. I'm a part-time eBay seller. I've been doing this now for about 2 years, so I thought I'd share a few of my purchases that I bought over the last couple of days. So if you just bear with me for a minute, I'll clear the table so I can show you what I bought. Okay, so I'm back again now, guys. So first of all, on my very first video that I ever did, sorry about the quality of it. I mentioned about the series of unfortunate events books. Now, as I said, I pick up the books for about 50p and a pound, which is a pretty good, to be fair, because these sell for between 39.99 and 44.99 when they're complete. So obviously 1 to 13 will be a complete set. Now, I was missing number 8 and 11 to make up a complete set, and I wanted to buy a DVD. So I went down the charity shops and I found a number 11. So the number 11's a kind of a greeny teal colour, and that cost me 50p. And then, lo and behold, I found this box set here. So this box set was a fiver. But unfortunately, when I saw the box set, the corner had looked like it had been chewed by a dog. So I don't know if you can see it there. And it's all over the number 1 as well, and in the corner, and up here as well, by where you take the books out. It's not a total fail, to be fair, because the books, they're only, as I said, 50p each, and I've got a fair few of these number 1s. Sorry about putting my finger over the camera. So the number 1s I've got a fair few of. So now I've got a dilemma. So I've got the complete set, which would sell for 44.99 with free postage, or do I sell this box on its own, which I'd probably only get about 24.99 for. But if I threw the DVD in, I'd probably get the £30 mark for it. But because the box is damaged and I have got a fair few of the number 1s, I thought I'm going to get rid of the box, and I should have a couple of sets of these anyway. So for this book set to break down. So when I was in that charity shop, I was looking through the media, through the DVDs and the few PlayStation 2 games that they had, and I did find this. It's the Unfortunate Events DVD starring Jim Carrey. And if you've never seen it, it's really good. It's really funny, and it's one film that I really enjoy and I like watching myself. Okay, so 1 to 13 with the DVD, you're looking around about the 40 to 45 pound mark on that. Some people do sell the books 1 to 13 for about £36, but because the books are so heavy, you have to adjust for the weight of that when you're selling it. So the cost of the postage is around about £7, £8, depending on who you go with. So that's my first buy. Just move this out of the way. And then my next buy was this here. Now, Starbucks. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I very rarely drink tea. But Starbucks mugs I do pick up, depending on what they are and how rare they are and where you can get them from. So this Starbucks mug here cost me a grand total of £1. Now with this Starbucks mug, you can only get it from when you're in that state. So this one's a Utah one. So that means somebody's had to go to America, go to Utah and buy this mug from the coffee shop, okay? So you can get other ones, things like Cincinnati, Paris, New York, Miami, Florida, and so on and so on. So this mug cost me £1. It doesn't look like it's ever been used because it was in really good condition. And I probably would have thought it would have been on a display purpose kind of thing. So in America, they sell for about £20 plus another £20 postage, but that's pre-owned. So with the new ones, they sell for between £50 and £60. So I've gone around about the 42.99 mark for this mug particular. I do have best offers on my items. So when I saw this in the charity shop, I was like, thumbs up. Yeah, get in there. I'm having that straight in my hand. Okay, so that's the Starbucks mug. Then the next thing I found was these TDK cassette tapes. So I was thinking, yep, they're sealed, great. Didn't know how much they were going to be. I thought maybe, I don't know, £5 per one, £3 or £4 per one. So when I was looking, I only bought these two because this one here had got a rip on the cellophane, and when I went back a day or two later, it was still there, and I thought, well, I'm going to get it anyway. So these TDK AR90s, I looked on eBay, and for brand new and sealed, which should have a cellophane wrapper over all three of them, they were selling for about the £16, £17 mark. But because mine's not got the cellophane around it, and it has got a bit of cellophane missing here, which is not much of a problem, to be fair, I'm going to shoot for £15, and it should sell pretty quickly. So my next item that I bought was this. This is a Marvel Venom articulated figure. So with the movie coming out, and I love the movie when I went to see it, with the movie out, I thought, yeah, perfect, I'm going to buy this. And it cost £1. So I did a bit of research, checked up on how much they were selling for, and they were going for all sorts of prices, anywhere between £14.99 and £24.99, which I thought, great, for £1, I'm all over that again. But when I noticed he has got a little bit of green on the tongue and on his face, which I'm pretty sure somebody probably painted on, but it's not all that bad either. Also, there's a little bit of scratching to his eye, where the white part is, and he is fully articulated, so he does move his body quite a lot. And also there's a button at the back, so when you press it, it does move on the jaw slightly. Yeah, if you can see that. So yeah, picked that up for £1, and looking to get anywhere between £15 and £20 hopefully for that one. So my next one was a wallet. So this wallet here, pardon me, is a Dr. Martens wallet. So I don't know if you're going to see it in the corner. Yep, there it is, focusing, Dr. Martens on the corner. And this is a beautiful cherry red leather colour, and I love this wallet a lot. But unfortunately, if I show you the inside, all it has is card holders and part to put your money in. It has no clip to put your money, your loose change and so on, and your trolley coins. But if this did have that little clip part on it, I would definitely keep it. That cost £4, and I think I'm going to put that up for maybe the £35 mark, because there's no wallet like this on there. Okay, so that was one of my other pickups. My next one is reliving my childhood. This came on a TV series called Starfleet when I was, I don't know, it must be when I was about 6, I believe. And I used to love watching this on the Sunday, and it was about 12 o'clock when I used to watch this on Channel 4. Now, this jigsaw here cost me a grand total of 50p. Now, there was one on here before of the X-Bomber. Now, the X-Bomber is like a starship, and bits come off it, and they make this robot man or this machine man. So it's a bit like the Power Rangers and the Power Zords and things like that. So it's got 100 pieces on, and it is from 1982, as I said. So if we can focus on that, yep, 1982. Didn't really have time to check the pieces. I thought to myself, well, if it's complete, then great. If it's not, then I'm just going to keep it for nostalgia reasons. So when I got home, it took me about 50 minutes, believe it or not, to build this, since I am an adult. And it took 50 minutes because it is quite difficult building up, especially around the sky pieces as well. But when I started putting it together, it was actually complete. I was absolutely gobsmacked. So for 50p, and mine was the only one going to be on there, I'm thinking of about the 30 to 40 pound mark. I will go international on it as well, because unless you're heavily into Starfleet when you was young in the UK, then I don't know whether people would buy it or whether they would lowball me on it. So I have gone international and offered £15 postage. But for the people in the UK, then the postage will be free, okay? Because obviously it's not going to be so much as if it goes into somewhere like, I don't know, maybe America, Italy, Spain, somewhere like that. So that's one of the jigsaws. The next jigsaw is another Starfleet one. So the Starfleet one was another 50p. So as I said before, this is from 1982. I used to watch as a kid. I remember all these characters. I can't remember the names, unfortunately. But yeah, I used to enjoy this quite a lot. So again, 50p. It took me roughly about another 50 minutes to an hour to build this up. I mean, there are some corners that have got white marking on, and some of the corners are a little bit dented, if you can see, because some people do put maybe board games and all the jigsaws, so it dents the top of the box. But all the corners on these jigsaws, they are intact, so they are in good condition, and they are almost 40 years old, so that's quite old for a jigsaw. So I'll be looking again for the 30 to 40 pound mark again on this, because the jigsaws that I've got here, there's only one jigsaw that has been on eBay, and it's the Terrahawks one. But these jigsaws, the Starfleet ones, they've not been on before, apart from the Red X-Bomber, which I showed you, and I think that sold for about £30. I don't know whether it's complete or not, but yeah, I saw it for about £30, and this was a couple of months back, because I was just looking through the old Starfleet stuff and Terrahawks and things like that. So yeah, this was complete as well, so I was really happy after building it up for about an hour. And then we're going to come to the next Starfleet jigsaw or puzzle. So this ship here, that's the X-Bomber. That's where all the red pieces came from to build the X-Bomber man. Then you've got the Imperial Cruiser here. So these are the baddies, those are the goodies, okay? So I do remember the Imperial Cruiser and the X-Bomber. As I said before, all the corners are intact. Obviously, there's a little bit of slight wear and tear on the corners where people have put heavy things on them. But this, again, it costs another 50p. So, again, I'm going to be looking for the 30, 40 pound mark because it is complete. And then the next jigsaw that I bought was the Terrahawks one. So this one here, I have actually got one of the toys, which is the tank, which is this one here. It came up to about 4-inch tank when I was around about the 7-8 years old, and I've always kept it because I always thought it was the cool machine of the program. Okay, so yes, I do remember this person here, and I do remember the goodies here, but I can't remember the names, unfortunately, because when you're 5 and 6 years old, you're going to forget things. So the game, sorry, the game, not the game, the puzzle, the jigsaw, another 50p again. Had a bit of fun building this up. It took about 45 minutes to complete. All the jigsaws are 100% complete, and they're all 100 pieces in the puzzles. So this is 1983. If it just focuses there, by Arrow Puzzles. So yeah, I was really happy to find that that was complete, and I didn't waste my time trying to build it. Then the next thing was this Jellycat toy, Jellycat bunny. So I would think he's got to be at least, I don't know, 45 centimeters, and he cost, I think it was £1 or £1.50. I can't be sure. So with the bunnies, the Jellycat bunnies, they go for anywhere between the £15 and £25 mark, depending on what you've got. So with the bunny here, I'm going to ask for $22.99. As I said, I do take best offers on all my items anyway, because I want people to feel like they're getting a bargain, getting something that's, you know, pretty decent. So he looked like he was clean, maybe just looked like he was on display, so I was happy to buy him. And then the next one I bought was another Jellycat item. So this one here is pretty cool and funky because he's a little baby comforter. Now, when I had him in my hand, there was a noise going off, and I was like, well, what's that? I didn't realise what it was, and I don't know whether he's going to do it now. Come on, please work. But he does like a boing noise, okay? There we go. Didn't let me down. So I paid 50p for him. I love that noise. I want to do it one more time. Yeah, 50p for him. He sells for anywhere between £10 and £12. So 50p into £12, I was happy about that one. I love the little boing noise on the rabbit, on the bunny or the rabbit. So yeah, definitely bought him. The next item I bought was a couple of board games. So this board game here, Aladdin's Flying Carpet University game. So this cost 50p, I think it was. And the prices vary from anywhere between, I think it was $9.99 up to $16.99. Some people are trying to get $24.99 for it. But it's not, I don't think, in that range of $24.99. I think it's more like in the range of about £13 to £15. So that's what I'm going to look at, between $13.99 and $14.99 for this one. Okay, and it is new and sealed, so I was quite happy to get that. Always buy board games if they're new and sealed, okay? Unless they're the old retro games, like things like Pac-Man board game, Perfection board game, Totopoly, Ghost Castle. Ghost Castle was another one, another really good game. So if it's complete, that's when you should buy it, okay? If it's new and sealed, buy it anyway, and you know, you'll get some decent profit off it as well. So my next item was a light bricks set. So I never heard of this before, a light brick set. It's called the Sunset Island Mall, the light up carousel. So pre-owned, without the box and without it being sealed, it goes for around about £6, £7. Now, as soon as mine's sealed, and I had I did check this. One that was boxed pre-owned had sold for £12. Now mine will be the only one that was up there, so I'm going to shoot a little bit higher, somewhere between the maybe $18.99 mark to the $22.99 mark, somewhere like that. But as I said before, I always offer free postage anyway, so you know it's not going to be a bust if it goes for the £15 mark, because for 50p I think it was, or a pound, there's still going to be some decent profit in there. So that was the Light Bricks light up carousel. So the next thing I bought was, just get this out of the way, if you can see, a super dry hoodie. So this super dry hoodie, I was looking through the clothes. I very rarely look through the clothes, to be fair, because I just don't have the patience to look through all the names and the brands and that. But I'm a big Superdry fan, and I saw this. It looked like it was hardly worn, so I picked it up for £3. Now, Superdry at the moment do have a sale on, and I think this is about £35–40 at the moment for a hoodie like this. And on eBay, they go for anywhere between the $17.99 mark and the $24.99 mark, or maybe a little bit more, depending on what sort of hoodie or blue top it is. So I'm going to shoot for the $24.99 mark on this, because, as I said, it doesn't look brand new. It has been worn, but it looks in very good condition. Okay, so that's the Superdry top, or should I say hoodie. So the next thing was my favourite pickup, and that was the Monopoly Worcester edition. So, if you don't know, Worcester is a very expensive place to live in. And when I saw this, I was thinking, okay, there was another Monopoly one, which was a tropical one, I think it was. But the tropical one pre-owned was only going for around about the £7 mark. And that was £3.99, and so was this one here. And I was thinking, if it goes for £20 and I get and I have to pay £3.99 for it, as long as it's complete, then I'm happy to pay the £3.99, because I'm going to make about £10 profit on it. So I had to check it, and the boat was missing, but then it was found. It was found amongst the hotels and also the houses. So I was like, great, I'm going to check it and see how much it goes for. So pre-owned, this went for $17 to $18.99, but this was like about a month ago. Now, when I checked it, there was only 2 Worcester edition Monopolies up. So one was brand new, which this one is not. So the brand new one on eBay was £60, and the seller wanted £10 postage. So I don't know who they were using, but to sell something like this would be a small parcel. And even if it weighed just under 2 kilos, it's going to be $3.95. It's going to be $3.95 postage. But depending on what package material you're using, even if you're using a box and you bought the box with a bit of bubble wrap, it probably wouldn't cost any more than £1. So where he's getting £10 postage from, I just don't understand. There was another person that's selling this edition, and he had it up for $19.95, and it had 3 days, 7 hours left to go off, I believe. So I thought, I'm gonna take a punt on this, because obviously if it goes for the £20 mark, I'll still be happy. So then I checked it a day later, and it had gone up to £31. So I was like, happy days. So when I got home, I checked this out to see if it was complete. I checked the cards and everything. So there was an extra three, three little tokens here. So you get 12 tokens in the pack, but you're given an extra three. You're given 32 houses, I believe. There is an information pack on the back. Yep, so you're given 32 houses, 10 playing tokens, but this one I think had 12. 2 dice, which it came with, 32 houses, which it came with, but it came with 35. So obviously, Monopoly give you an extra couple of houses in case you lose them. 12 hotels, which I did have. I was given an extra couple of hotels because obviously, if you lose things, then you know you're going to have to pay to get them back. You get a property pouch, which is in there. 28 total D cards. The chess cards, the chance cards, they're in there. The Monopoly money's in there. The box, the removable train, the instructions are in there. So I was happy with the D cards being in there. Now, I can't remember which one it was, but it was either the chance cards or the community chess cards. One of them was missing, and I looked everywhere for it, and I was like, great. It may not be a total bust if it's got one card missing, depending on what the card is. But I did have to buy off eBay 16 chance cards and 16 community chess cards that actually went with this edition, and they only cost me £2. So at the moment for this board game, when they arrive, I'm going to be £6 all in. Now, since this is pre-owned and the other guy's Monopoly is pre-owned as well, he's got it up at £31 and it's still got a day to go. So I'm thinking it's going to go for about £35 to £40 his. So when his sells, I'm going to put mine on complete, and I'm going to ask for around about the £45 mark, pre-owned. And it will be a buy it now, because this will be the only pre-owned one on there, plus the brand new one, which was £60. So I'm just going to show you what's inside the Worcester edition one, if I can just open it out. So it did come with the rules and the winning moves, okay. Then it obviously came with the board. Then it came with the dice, the houses, the hotels, the little tokens with the bag, the box with the money in, and the Monopoly cards. So when I got home, I also did check the board to see what the board was like, because if the board was in bad condition, then it would be a hard sell, but it was pretty crisp. So this is the Monopoly board. I'm going to show you the Monopoly board of the Worcester edition. So when I saw this, when I first opened it out, it made a crinkly sound, so that it sounded like it had only never been used maybe once or twice. And I was absolutely ecstatic when I opened this up. So yeah, I was really happy with that. So once that guy sells for the pre-owned edition, yeah, I'll be putting that up for about the £35–40 mark. So that's what I would hope to get for it, hopefully when the cards do arrive. Yeah, so Monopoly, depending on where it is, always check them to see if they're rare ones or not. Okay guys, so thank you for watching my video, my long-winded video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button if you did. Hit the subscribe button. I will try and do a video of sales and purchases at least once a week. Okay, and any retro finds, I'll probably do a video of those as well. Okay. All right, guys. Well, take care and have a good weekend.